It is the 11th of February, 2025, and I do pray you're doing well. A couple of things happened around the time of the Super Bowl. This would be one of them. 41 people perished. They were burned alive in this bus accident in Mexico. But the very interesting part is it was in Tabasco, and Tabasco was literally born in New Orleans. Just for the record, so you can see just how uncanny this is. Let's look at the history of Tabasco sauce. The story actually begins in the pre-Civil War era with a New Orleans plantation owner named Monsell White. Now, you can take what you want with that, but I demonstrated last year in a video showing about a literal Super Bowl burnt offering in Kansas City. The sacrificial offering at the altar of Molech. The Kansas City woman killed her infant by putting it in the oven. February 11th, 2024, Super Bowl Sunday, of which Kansas City was a participant in the game. At the same time this woman is cooking her baby, a man up in the Great White North burned his 3 children in a car. This is all within one day of the Super Bowl. This ritual was fulfilled, this fire sacrifice to their gods in Tabasco, and Tabasco was created in New Orleans. Now, we had on the 8th a 7.6 earthquake in the Cayman Islands, and it was at 23:23 Universal Time. I mean, that's exactly what the report said. M76 in Cayman Islands, February 8th, 23:23 UTC, which would be 6:23 local time, and 623 is an interesting number because if you read Revelation 9, in 9:11, it talks about Abaddon and Apollyon, and Apollyon is only used in that one instance throughout the whole Bible. And if you look in the dictionary, the concordance, in the Greek concordance for the word Apollyon, it's number 623. Now, again, you can take this any way you want, but watch what I have to show you here. Remember I showed you on the map that this line going from the Caesars Superdome all the way to, I'm showing you this way so you can see that that is the line, all the way to the Capitol Dome, literally to the dome, and I will show you that line and the properties of it. See, it's that line right there. I'm opening the properties to it. The measurements are 966 miles. I mentioned that. That equates to 1,555 kilometers. Okay? So we got that out of the way, dome to dome. Then I went and I took the coordinates of the earthquake, which are right here, into Google Earth, and it brings me to the coordinates. I put a pin there. That was where that 7.6 earthquake was, and it's on the same parallel as the bus ritual. And that line right there, I'm just telling you guys, that's that one right there. You saw me go from the dome to the earthquake, and we check out those properties, and it's 1,555 kilometers and 966 miles. That's impossible in my book, that these two lines are exactly the same length. And on the grand scheme of things, that's pretty impressive. But to be exact, right on the same exact parallel as the 41 who were burned alive in that ritual sacrifice, and don't forget it was on New Year's Day, 40 days earlier, where 14, backwards 41, were run over and killed by a lightning truck, right, on New Year's Day. And we absolutely cannot forget that on New Year's Eve as well, just as the lightning truck, the lightning struck. the U.S. Capitol, the Washington Monument, the Empire State Building, and the One World Freedom Tower. All on New Year's, 40 days before the Super Bowl, and the 41 burned alive on the altar of burnt offerings to Molech in Tabasco. Just saying. So, all these things, I'm asking, do you think these are coincidences? Or do you think that there's an underlying battle going on that if you're not aware of it, it will entrap you? And the only way that you're going to fully understand your place in all this and navigate it properly is to know Jesus Christ. I'm just telling you the straight up truth. I believe this was a very powerful ritual here, but it's real. And I believe that they may think that this ritual of the inauguration, this raising of Osiris, this birth, essentially, is what it boils down to. They may believe that this has taken hold, between the helicopter and the airplane, just all of these things. Philadelphia, which biblically is only mentioned in context of the Church of Philadelphia. We all should be in that church, but nonetheless, that's what I've seen just looking around today. And also, the national anthem of the Super Bowl was done by John Baptist. Think about that. Who was the forerunner of Jesus? It was John the Baptist. Now, look at that in their upside-down, inverted world. This is what they're telegraphing. They are expecting the coming of their Messiah, the birthing of their new golden age. That is what's upon us. And will it culminate in an attack somewhere? I don't know that information. I can only tell you what I see, and that I only see in part. And it's up to us to seek out a matter. So, coincidences or no coincidences, you be the judge. God bless y'all. Peace and grace to you. Many fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God,